It was a bright and cheerful start at the Grand Hotel in Mbarara, where Kyagulanyi spent the night. When he appeared at the balcony, hundreds of his supporters gathered below, broke into jubilation, singing, waving and chanting his name in sheer excitement. From there, a sea of red and white swept through Mbarara City as Kyagulanyi's convoy rolled out. For nearly 3 hours, the streets were paralyzed. Businesses shut their doors and traffic came to a complete standstill as thousands lined the roadside to wave at their candidate. The first rally in Mbarara High School playgrounds went smoothly. Kyagulanyi addressed the charged crowd, laying out his 11-point manifesto touching on governance, youth empowerment, education and economic justice. The energy was high and everything seemed to be moving according to plan. Then came the twist. As his convoy headed to Ijjo for the second rally of the day, something unusual happened. 2 police-armored tear gas trucks, the same ones that had previously been used to blocking his routes, this time cleared the way, allowing his convoy to pass. Barely a kilometer later, the calm shattered. Another set of police trucks suddenly appeared ahead, blocking the Mbarara-Ibanda highway. Almost instantly, the earlier 2 vehicles that had cleared the way returned, this time sealing off the convoy from behind. In a flash, the NUP team was ambushed. What followed was chaos. Officers from the Field Force Unit descended on the crowd, arresting and assaulting NUP supporters.
This man said they're going to take the cars and people move.
Shouts filled in the air as party leaders demanded explanations, but no one responded. Police kept on dragging NUP supporters away, one after another.
Leaders on the way, block us from reaching Ijjo, and then they are rounding off our people like they did in Kalangala. Shame on the regime.
In the middle of the commotion, Kyagulanyi himself found his car keys snatched by a man in plain clothes, believed to be a security operative. But the presidential candidate chased after him, demanding his property back.
Please. I request. You know what? Take the key. Please. No, please. Okay?
I want to see my people.
I request. Let's go.
What's wrong with seeing them?
I request. Let's go to the car. Please. I request.
Moments later, after a standoff that lasted nearly an hour, a handful of vehicles, including those carrying Kyagulanyi and members of the media, were allowed to leave the scene. rest of the convoy, along with dozens of supporters, were left behind in police custody. Nobody knows their whereabouts and what happened to them. When asked whether Kyagulanyi had any prior knowledge of the operation or the reason behind the arrests, Kyagulanyi says he was equally shocked by the ambush.
We were waylaid, as you saw, the same thing they did in Kalangala. They waylaid us, rounded up our people, journalists, women. They took many girls, including my sister, who they beat so bad and pepper sprayed her at close range. We are asking them to give us those people so we can take them to hospital. They are still holding on to them. Of course, we know these are signs of fear. These are signs of cowardice. The regime just can't believe that we got such a huge welcome and we command such big support in Western Uganda, in Ankole, and in Mbarara. You know, they've been doing all these things. They first arrested our people, including Eddie Mutwe, Achireo, Waiswa, Gaddafi, and many others. And they've been doing the same thing. They came to Arua, to Lira, and they rounded off 10 of our people. Now, when we were coming here, you all saw how we were attacked by goons wearing yellow T-shirts and holding Museveni's posters. Mr. Byabakama has not said a thing about it, the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, and yet he was very quick to come out and complain about me buying maize on the street in Karamoja, saying it's not part of the campaign. But he has not said anything about that attack, you know. He has not said anything about those goons protected by police. Now, 2 days ago in Mbarara, they rounded up 20 of our team members and arrested them. Now they've taken them to prison. Right now, we are here to ascertain the number of people they've rounded up. They are playing their usual game of trying to isolate me, trying to intimidate people, trying to discourage people from associating with we and the message that we carry, a message of change, a message of transformation, and a message of unity. But it's too late for them because the people of Uganda are united. I know these criminal acts are being condemned across the country. They are being condemned even here in Ankole. Those goons don't represent the good people of Ankole. No, they don't. They don't represent our generation. No, they don't. These are criminals working for the regime.
That has been the presidential candidate of the National Unity Platform explaining what has just happened here.
What began as a day of joy and unity in Mbarara ended in confusion and fear. Another chapter in the increasingly tense campaign trail of the NUP presidential candidate. David Ijjo, NTV, in Mbarara City.